Green Book stars Viggo Mortensen and Mahershala Ali and is directed by Peter Farrelly. The movie is set in 1962 and is based on the true story of the Deep South tour by African-American pianist Don Shirley, who's played by Mahershala Ali. Also Italian-American bouncer Tony Lip, played by Viggo Mortensen, who served him as both driver and bodyguard. The movie is written by Peter Farrelly, Nick Jonas, and Nick Vallelonga, the son of the main character, Frank Vallelonga, and is based on the set of interviews given by Frank himself and the letters sent by him to his wife Dolores Vallelonga, played by Linda Cardinelli. The movie kicks off by introducing us to Tony, a bouncer who is sent home as the nightclub he works in is undergoing repairs, and he comes home to give us our first look at his house and family. He returns home to find his wife offering some lemonade to two African-American repairmen. As Tony Lip sees this, we get to learn a major part of his character, and that is of racial prejudice based on his personality at first. So he takes advantage of his wife leaving the kitchen and leading the gentleman to the door and proceeds to throw the glasses they used in the bin. As he looks for a job, Tony comes across a listing for a driver for a Dr. Don Shirley. He goes to the interview, and there he meets Don for the first time, and after a bit of reluctance, Tony gets the job based on his strong references. Don and Tony then embark on a musical tour in the Midwest before heading to the Deep South. At first, we see a big clash between the two of them, with Don disgusted by Tony's habits, and Tony not being comfortable with Don's more reclusive and refined behavior. From this point on, we accompany our two main characters through their tour through the backwards Deep South, towns, as Don has to abide by the bigoted rules of racial segregation of the time and having to stay and eat at certain hotels and restaurants that were specified in an African-American tour guide called the Green Book that was given to Tony at the start of the tour, and a book after which the movie is titled. It's through this tour that Tony starts to admire Don's musical skills and begins to understand the struggles of Don as both not being accepted by the upper white class, who while happy to have him play, are not as tolerant as they claim to be, and also not being accepted by his African-American peers due to his reclusive nature and being seen as eccentric. And it was this experience they shared on this tour that formed the lifelong bond between Tony and Don Shirley, which was brilliantly portrayed by Viggo Mortensen and Mahershala Ali. This movie is a well-made piece of drama which does address the big issues of the time of segregation and the racism quite prevalent among people at the time. All this was done in a subtle and relatable way, as the movie manages to show us through the eyes of Don Shirley the perspective of living at this time and feeling the segregation and racism. Peter Farrelly also masterfully takes us on the thought-altering journey from racism to acceptance, the trip which Tony Lip goes through, which is brilliantly acted by Viggo Mortensen. The acting across the board is brilliant. Viggo Mortensen does a terrific job as Tony Vallelonga, and the physical change he's had to fit the role is spectacular, and really everything about his performance was on point. Mahershala Ali also does an amazing job as Don Shirley, brilliantly transitioning from the distant, eccentric attitude which his character had at the beginning, and as the movie progresses and we learn more about Don Shirley and his hurt and struggle as a character is revealed to us as viewers, this cool, distant attitude is replaced by the hurt and emotional nature of his struggling character. The dialogue and pacing of the movie were also good. The cinematography and scenery of the Deep South were perfect. Not at any point did the movie feel like slowing down or going for too long, but instead every single scene and line of dialogue helped reveal a certain character aspect or trait or delivered a plot point. There are also so many great sequences in the movie, most notably of which was the letter writing montage between Tony, Shirley, and Tony's wife. Also, both the Orange Bird scene and the Christmas dinner run were both amazing. At the end, this is one of the best movies of the year and definitely deserves the Academy Awards won, being Best Movie, Original Screenplay, and Best Supporting Actor for Mahershala Ali, who once again did a terrific job. This is definitely a watch movie, and I give it a 9 out of 10. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe for similar content. Thank you for watching.